Amy impressed me. She didn't have a great start. And she hasn't necessarily been known for her starts in the past, but she is really hard on them. And they have gotten better. I suspect she's disappointed with that as well, but she will not be disappointed with her top speed. She has the long legs, and as soon as she gets going, she is dangerous on the short deck. She'll get up some serious time. Looking at me, she's well behind there. But the great thing is she doesn't panic. She knows that she is top of the class when it comes to that top of speed. So she doesn't panic. She runs right through, and very clear spot in that final.
How much does experience come into that as well, the mentality? Given, you've got the conditions, you've got the extra added part of dealing with those elements, but as you say, she didn't manage at all. So how much does she draw on, all the race tracks for the fact that she's such a well-decorated athlete?
So one of the important things in sprinting is you have to stay relaxed. And I know that sounds really weird to say, but we're talking about an event that is raw power, raw speed, and yet that is actually how you are the fastest, by maintaining that relaxation. And of course, it helps when she's won medals on the World Championship levels. And I know that we are making quite a lot about the rain, but also at the end of the day, it's just rain. It's not, I think cold is way worse than rain. It's
from an athlete's perspective, is that the case?
Yeah, because I mean, some people have said yes, you are going to be slipping when it comes to the hammer circle, but we've got massive fun. If anything, it's more just a bit of an annoyance, and the whole reason you sweat is to cool your body down. So even though the temperature is still around 19 degrees, as soon as you sweat, everyone just gets a little bit uncomfortable and miserable. But it's an outdoor sport. And you learn to deal with it, you move on. Seriously, with it, we can as well.
I know, we're just about to go back to the studio. You just talk about your notes, honestly, right in normal, and it's quite remarkable. See, a major statistician at the end of the day as well, aren't you?
Yeah, the problem is it's super unhelpful when they get wet. You can't read them anymore.
This is a slight issue. This is a slight issue. Okay, back to you guys. We'll keep ourselves dry down here, just like you lot there.
Thanks, guys. Don't get too round there. There's people swimming around. Let's hope it's too round down there and move it through it back underway. But I'm just looking over here. It feels like the PC's up a little bit. It's obviously still raining quite heavy, though. We'll turn our track athletes to receive track action. That's for sure. Next up on track is 200 metres in terms of the women's heptathlon. So we're away about 5 minutes time. In terms of what we've been seeing with these guys, well, they pretty much just finished the shotgun, didn't they? So it was pretty good for them in that aspect. In terms of the rankings at the moment, Kate O'Connor has leapfrogged, hasn't she? Kate O'Connor, which is great for the England athlete.
Yeah, brilliant. A nice strong performance there. And I think, we'll just see that just kind of mutually on board, but it's actually really close to the home nation. And also just the work from Dean Emerson, she's come back, obviously wasn't necessarily going to be doing this, but with the withdrawal of Kat, she's come in and she's having a great performance as well. So yes, we have a good first day for the home athletes.
Yeah, 25 points is the difference at the moment between Jade O'Gara and Kate O'Connor in second. And then from Kate O'Connor back to Neve Emerson, it's 101 points. Nothing really in it at the moment. 3 events down, 4 obviously still to go. In terms of Neve Emerson, you've been on a team with her, she hasn't done a heptathlon in 8 years.
2 hours, 56
have you been
minutes.
around? I'm not going time.
We're a dinosaur.
59.
No, I actually don't think I have. Maybe a Commonwealth Games too, but of course Scotland, be England, so different corners of the hotel. But as Ailey said, it's amazing to see her here. From the injury battle she's had, I know firsthand how difficult that is to constantly keep having to reinvent yourself and pick yourself up and keep going. So to come in as a replacement and yet still be within that top 3 and fighting for a medal, you cannot ask for any more than that. It's a brilliant start to our campaign. I think that's big. In another event, you do one event, so when you're kind of called in last minute, then you can perhaps be a bit more prepared. But when you're called in kind of last minute, and you're coming out and doing a heptathlon, which they're meticulous with when we do the heptathlon, because there's a lot of recovery techniques after that. So I think even just to be able to step up and take that spot, but then also come here and actually perform well, it's tested the athlete she is.
Of course, she's taken that spot of Katarina Johnson-Thompson, JT, who is now her training partner as well. Because something needs to change, and that was joining Kat, who we know she's so successful. And that's probably why we've seen the confidence. Maybe she spoke to Kat and said, okay, you're not going to be in. What do I have to do? Because she spoke a lot about that, just asking Kat, and Kat has been so great with her knowledge to Neve, but just like, you don't need to change much. She said it's just the fine margins.
Yeah. It makes it hard just even that will be a confidence boost in itself. I mean, why not train with one of the best athletes in the world, not even in the world, but in the history of the event? You know, if you get the chance to see that person training day in, day out, you start to become actually maybe a little bit more human to you as well. You start thinking, well, actually, I can train alongside this person, you know, I can actually compete against them in training. So it gives you that bit of a boost to think, yeah, well, I've seen Kat do it, I see her in training every day. Also just the sort of excellent side of it as well. You'll see how Kat turns up, performs, goes about it in such a brilliant way. And yeah, she's here today obviously performing at this level, which is incredible.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's get back to that track action now in the company of Kath Murray and Chris Dennis.
Thanks very much, Rachel. Well, we are running in this women's hammer throw final. And you joined us at just the right time. Because the Canadian is in the house. Amber Rogers, the second best women's hammer thrower of all time, opening her campaign here in the Commonwealth final. Looking to win gold again. Look at the water in the surf. Oh my gosh, that's a splish, that's a splash. But it's still over the 70-meter line. Saw a teammate, Ethan Katberg, of course, with the men's hammer last night. And a couple of no throws, haven't we, Chris, as we got underway in this women's hammer throw final?
Yes, we did. Angela Kelly and Stephanie Radcliffe both opened up with no throws. Yeah, fantastic conditions and quite dramatic. And I'm sure the photographers are having an absolute field day for those close-ups, because when that hammer hit the turf in the centre of the infield there, it was quite the explosion on the grass.
Early lead, incidentally, is Gillian Weir, who's 66 metres and 36. Familiar throwing name, of course, with her dad. Bob Weir, been a Commonwealth champion in the discus.
Worth saying also, Kat, because of the conditions, slightly delay to the 200-metre disciplines for the women's heptathlon.
Yeah, so slightly late. I think when water gets in it, you know it. Years ago, Paris. That's when she came out. April, 71 meters and 52. That's a 5-meter lead in the first round. So the hammer competition with Canada in at the moment. Charlotte Payne in bronze, 60-39.
Yes, 4 clear mark. Okay. Sullivan. Three lines of work to go. Fantastic for the support. Fantastic for the officials. They're doing a really good job. Give a shout out to them. Away to our right, they're trying to get the open clear again, so they can just. At the moment, it is Sullivan who will go into the hammer circle. Going through the body, it's substantial. There she goes. But it's so difficult to keep your balance so she walks from the circle, so that will not mark. Just though. What conditions you have?
Yeah. Heavy. We take time for 200 metres. Annie Ratledge of Scotland. She's going to be 4 and 40 for the Scottish athletes. 29 seconds this year, not that distance. Afghan of Cameroon in lane 7, 15th overall. Starting in 6. Eve Emerson of England in the bronze medal position overall. A lane outside Lucy Woodward of Jersey, who's 13th. His birthday just last event to go. That's a nice start from Hannah Blair of Canada. She'll start in lane number 4, 11th position in the standings. So far, she's been missing position for a bit. Just 25 points behind Jago Downing, who goes in the second race. He goes to New Zealand. Starts at lane number 2, position overall. So Kate O'Connor. Seven. For a 200 meters. Times at the end of each one in the discipline. Stop as well. Absolutely flying the athlete from Northern Ireland here in lane number 3. Daniel Cameron running nicely. He's inside 25 seconds before it. Eve Emerson as well of England down to lane number 6 to come through in seconds. 24.14 seconds. That's ending the first day exactly as Kate O'Connor would have wanted. Earlier incidentally, a couple of Northern Ireland athletes in this, including Kate O'Connor. And they can compete for Northern Ireland here in Ireland when it comes to global championships. We both were born Northern Ireland athletes in Northern Ireland, so the top games, of course, they can compete for them. There's a rule in place for global events where they can compete for Great Britain, Northern Ireland, or Ireland. Good running that, 24.14 seconds, showing their class for us in the final event.
Very much so, and that will be job done for the day for Kate O'Connor. And look at the margin of victory there, stretching away, running through the line despite the conditions. Martin at 7, look at the celebration there, she knows how good that is. A little bit below par by her very, very lofty standards. We are being a little bit picky, but I think that suggests that she knew it, and that's the response.
Yeah, 24.07 personal best, 0.07 off it. Look at that, powering through the arms. That gets her 967 points. And for the moment, that puts her back into the lead. Let's go down trackside because Kate O'Connor's with Jenny.
Okay, it's been one tough day from an athletic perspective. Can you just run me through the conditions for you and how you've managed them in that?
I had a nightmare in the chocolate, to be honest. I've not thrown under 14 in a long, long time, so through 12.85 was really gutting. But I just wanted to come out and do a quick 2 and kind of finish the day off on a good note, and I'm delighted with that, like in that weather. I'm freezing cold. I had like 10 minutes to warm up, so I'm delighted. And yeah, I put a mark down and let's see what the next heat goes.
Mentally, how tough has it been as well? Because as a hipped athlete, you start so early, you finish late, and you've got to come back tomorrow so early as well. How have you managed that amongst the conditions as well?
Do you know what? This morning, because it wasn't raining, it was actually great. It worked really well, and the recovery was really nice halfway through the day. It's really just been season that's been really tough. I've never thrown the shot in the rain, and I don't know if I've ever ran a 200 race in conditions like this before. So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I managed. I doubled that. Okay, shot.
And tomorrow, how are you feeling ahead of that? I mean, a couple of events left.
Yeah, go home, recover, and come back and hopefully put in a big day tomorrow because I've got a bit of work to do.
All the very best. Well done today. It's been a tough one.
A very honest assessment there from Kate O'Connor of day so far, but she finishes on a high in the 200 metres. And we wait for the second of the two heats in the women's 200 metres. That'll be in a few minutes' time. B1.
As you say, Chris, the field event action is continuing. Meanwhile, the second race, as you say, are lining up, ready to put some points into the bank. And one of 3 field event finals this evening includes the men's T20 long jump. Athletes intellectual impairment. There was a start this for it. I'm trying to work out, Chris, whether they're a little bit shaded on the back straight. How can you see there? You see the athletes all lined up in the middle of your shot.
Jumping at 1. It's already out. But I admire looking for some positives.
There's the gold medal favourite, Apple Latif Bromley of Malaysia. World record holder in this classification. 24-year-old Samuel Jones, 6 metres and 30 this year. That's the lifetime best before him. Looks of Canada took a silver medal at the Para World Championships in 2023. Malaysia, though, 7 metres at his best. He's got a lifetime best of 7 metres and 11. Jason Bonet from Precious. Starting position number 5. There's the roar for Stephen Stone of Scotland. 6 metres and 28 this year. Eddie Capdor, the Mauritius. Three to the lineup, Lindsay Hendy of Australia. 5:78. His lifetime best in his Commonwealth season. He's also on a 54.45 400 metre personal best this year in Sydney.
So there's the lineup for the second of the 2 heats in the women's 200 metres, the final discipline of day 1 for the multi-eventers. As the rain continues to go down. Sienna McDonald from Canada lane 8, personal best of 23.79, lying in 10th place after the shot put. And from England goes in lane 7. Rihanna Stevenson from New Zealand is having a fine season. And a rush from Gibraltar. Inside 23.83 her lifetime best. Jodo Downer was leading after the third discipline, narrow lead, which has now been overtaken by Kate O'Connor. Tory West is lying at 10. Macaulay from Northern Ireland on the inside. Lying in 4th place overall, Scary, who the shot was remember a little earlier. Well, Kate O'Connor leading the live standings, followed by Eve Emerson. And that could all change after this second 200 metres.
I won't look over here when it's
Fastest in the field.
No, when we stopped it.
Tory West, lane 3. Stevenson, 24 seconds. It's all about points, remember.
Cool.
Recall there, over on the far side. We can just about make that out to the naked eye. Good job we've also got our TV monitors, which is what you can see at home. But just here beyond there, thank goodness we've got the floodlights, because first of all, they're on the far side of the track, Kath, and it is pretty murky out there. I'm not going to ask you who you thought was the culprit there. We're waiting to see whether that's a lead card or something more serious.
Oh, we let the officials do that. Let's have a look at the Ray women's high jump final. terrain, as we mentioned, still on pause at the moment.
That's if you don't, then you don't do it.
What are the reaction times coming through? If I were Tory West, I might be feeling a little bit uneasy at the moment. Tory West in lane 3. Listening to the officials.
Must be off. Now.
She's going to get disqualified.
As if the pictures aren't dramatic enough. Yeah, we picked out lane 3. It is a yellow card, so it's a warning only. So Tory West survives.
That's not fair.
The actions minus 0.18.
Maybe it's because it's a long way. Still get as much as an advantage. Starting a quick deal in this.
According Northern Ireland in 2, Tory West, who just got the yellow card there in 3, O'Dowda, Rush, Stevenson, Barber, and McDonald. Heptathlon final event of the day. This time they're safely away. McCauley has made a good start. Stevenson also going well. O'Dowda with a little bit of work to do. O'Dowda dropping down to 4th place, but coming off the band. Stevenson doing really well. Stevenson and McCauley, these two pulling clear as they come into the final stages. A real push for the line there. It's on the line, and it's McCauley. Anna McCauley, who's got it line. So the two Northern Irish athletes winning their respective heats in these 200 metres. McCauley, 24.55, the official time. Another 929 points. Tory West, despite that warning with the yellow card, coming through to take 2nd place ahead of her compatriot Mia Skerry, who came through in 3rd. We will take just a few moments to crunch the numbers there, Kath, and see what that looks like for the end of day 1 standings.
Yeah, and officially at the moment, Jake O'Dowda's been given a time of 25 seconds flat, which is over half a second down on her best time. In terms of points, potentially be a few that she's lost here. It's pretty even, wasn't it, across the board?
They look like they
Finally got going in the second race. A little bit of faulty start. They'll come back tomorrow, of course. Jump scrambling at the 800 metres. As you say, Chris, the numbers are being crunched. I do think it'll be Kate O'Connor leading this women's heptathlon overnight.
It was a good league, wasn't it? Textbook stuff. All coaches around the country, around the world would be delighted with the way McCauley finished there. West not put off by that yellow card.
They're both battling, aren't they? Fair to say, they're battling for the
given the conditions. So celebrations. Pritchard was still waiting for the number crunchers to do their stuff, and we will bring you the standings overall. If not us, then you, as soon as we get it.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so we're just jumping back to give a quick preview of the men's 10,000 metres, but we can already see the athletes out on the track behind us. We're still waiting to see if we can get any results from the heptathlon. No, not yet. We're going to go back to the women's and now we're jumping back to us just for a quick preview before the 10K, 25 laps of the track. It's an awful night for distance running, for sure. It's going to be grim out there. In terms of what you think we might see out there tonight, will it be a little bit similar to yesterday? The Africans kind of takes on about 10 laps to go in the end, really winding it up or trying to with about 4.5 laps, or it will be a completely different place tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think tonight is the night for fast times. I mean, the rain is absolutely hammering down. It really happens like all evening. So I mean, for Andrew Richard, this is probably a great evening for him from Scotland. But for the rest of the athletes from that field, even Kai Robinson, he's on the fastest time of paper this year. But from Australia, this is a big turnaround in temperatures and weather. But it's due to be a good race.
In terms of Andy, he's had quite a lot of problems as he of late. He had a surgery, didn't he, on his heel a couple of years ago now, and that was because he had Hadland's deformity, that's a bony growth on the back of his heel. Explain the process which he would have had to go through to get back to this stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, like starting really from scratch, so building everything up so gradually to ensure that, because when you take time off, it's not even the original injury, you know, it's actually everything else. All the other muscles, tendons, ligaments have had time off as well. So you have to build up so gradually to try and stop your body getting into like that injury cycle where something else breaks down and then something else breaks down. So he's done incredible well to get here tonight. Again, the 10,000 meters is such a grueling event. It's a huge amount of mileage you have to put into your body week in, week out, but it's consistency that pays off. And yeah, hopefully we see that tonight from Butcher.
Yeah, and he'll have a support as well in terms of Lindsay Sharp, his partner, and their 2 kids. Lindsay Sharp, in her own right, was a great 800-meter runner. She's here braving the elements with her 2 young boys. They're actually really unlucky. They have seats in an uncovered stand behind them. We're trying to get them up so they can watch Andrew.
They deserve a medal for sure.
Yeah.
2 kids in this race.
We'll see if she makes it, because it would be great to see her just enjoying that with her family.
Yeah, I bet I feel like a woman as well.
Exactly, full circle moment. Well, almost starting to get underway here with the men's 10,000 meter final. Let's go back to our commentary team for this one.
Rachel, thanks very much indeed. So the men's 10,000 metres, an event dominated by Uganda in recent years. They've won the last 5 editions. 3 of the last 4 winners of this Commonwealth Games event have won the 5 10,000 metre double. We've got 3 Ugandans, 3 Kenyans, an Australian, an Englishman, and a Scotsman. There is the Scotsman. We've just been talking about it in the studio. Andy Butcher, brilliant to see him back after multiple surgeries. And as we heard, his family, Lindsay Sharp, his partner, is in the stadium. Oscar Chilimo, look out for him. He is the brother of the defending champion, Jacob Kiplimo, who holds the game's record. Even boys, it's a who's who.
You know what, I'll just open the mouth.
15 athletes all together. And filthy conditions. There is the aforementioned Kai Robinson, easily recognisable in the cap. That's quite the novel thing. It's pretty sensible, I would think, as well. 26:57 is lifetime best. He ran that in California earlier this year. Samuel Sherrock, one of the 3 Ugandans that I mentioned. Should also mention Scott Beattie from England, who was 6th in the same race as Kai Robinson. Kai Robinson is putting up trees this year, coached by great coach Nathan Ritzenstein in Boulder, in Colorado, at altitude 1,600 meters. So we're all set here with the rain pouring down here in Glasgow. The men's 10,000 meters final. It's straight racing. 25 laps of the track, 15 athletes, and lots of rain. Away we go. No pacemakers, of course, and this will be very interesting to see whether it follows the back of last night. Kath and I were commentating on the women's 10,000, which was pedestrian. I think we used that word several times in the early stages of the race, Kath. Conditions very different here this evening. What sort of tactics do you think we will see in the next few minutes?
Well, we're seeing Andy Butcher grab him by the scruff of his neck. Look at that. Yeah, we had a 91-second opening lap, didn't we, in the women's 10,000 metre final last night. A brilliant win for Australia's Rose Davis in that one. But Andy Butcher in the blue, happy to take this one out. Already, Chris, we're kind of screaming out to single file for the just over 6-mile distance, 25 laps.
Yeah, single file. I mean, he looks very relaxed, doesn't he, Andy Butcher, after that Achilles surgery 2 years ago. Lost his funding. I mean, life changes very much, doesn't it, when the financial support goes away as well.
I had the same surgery.
You did. You know well.
He's doing well. He's doing very well to be back. I'm glad to see him back.
We've got plenty of time during this race, Kath, so tell us, how difficult was it coming from that sort of serious operation?
Extremely difficult. Ambulance deformity, to put it in basic terms, as the guys were discussing. You go on your toes as an athlete. The bone's not right, it digs into your Achilles tendon. You can be in a bit of trouble. But I tell you who's not in trouble. Cameron Rogers in the women's hammer throw final. The world leader, the Olympic champion. She opened with 71 meters and 52. Looking to continue the brilliant run of form that Canadians are having in men's and women's hammer throw. Looking to win back-to-back titles.
I was helping them on the kick me.
Canada did in 2010 and 2014.
Yeah, next time I need help.
Looks like it's gone out to just over around 74 metres. Yep, 74 metres and 38. So further than the first round throw, she's still in the gold medal position. Canadian. Lauren Bruce of New Zealand. 67 metres and 41 in the first round. It's a little passage that the hammer throwers have to make sure they get their implement through. You see the GR there, the game's record of Cameron Rogers back in Birmingham in 2022. 74 metres and 68. And Lauren Bruce of New Zealand looking to have an improvement. 6 times the national champion of New Zealand. She's got up to 72 metres and 44 this year. She no marked in this event in Birmingham in 2022. It's going to be very similar to her first round effort, so it's going to be around about 67.5 metres. Everybody chasing Rogers, the world leader. 67.63, a slight improvement. It's silver.
Back to the 10,000 metres, just gone through the first kilometre in 2:57. The opening lap, 1 minute 13 seconds, 73 seconds for the opening lap. And it is Foreign from Lesotho has taken over the lead with Andy Butchart there still in second place. Single fell. Guy Robinson there wearing the cap from Australia, who set PBs in 4 different distances this year, including the 10,000 metres. And that time, of 26.57, would have won him the gold medal in every single Commonwealth Games final since the 10,000 metres was introduced. It's that fast. But of course, that had pacemakers. It was a different race on the commercial circuit. As we reiterate here, there are no pacemakers. All that's at stake here, 3 medals and lots of racing.
Yes. Bolo is happy to continue to lead this one. It's all blue at the front, isn't it, with our leaders in this next 10,000 metres final. Lucky Stewart got gold for Scotland in this event. And the game's distance went metric in 1970. Great Warren Clark, the Australian. Dick Taylor of England took bronze. 68.49.
Somebody was there, Racco comes to the front when there's about 5
Back
laps.
straight where our men's 10,000 metre finalists will be going past shortly the men's T20 long jump final. Intellectual impairment classification event. Likes it. Mention Abdul Latif Bromley, Paralympic gold medalist twice from Malaysia.
This
Rafael Busic will challenge him because he's going to have to set the 24 this season, the Paralympic silver medalist.
I don't know how long this dungeon can be.
Puts him in the lead because Romney had a no jump in the first round.
Back to the 10,000 metres, just the one athlete has been dropped so far, Ivan Moise from the Seychelles. Otherwise, well, still together. But string out as they pass in front of us with 20 laps to go, so 5 laps gone. Polo leading the way.
AWS AI is transforming businesses everywhere. It's bringing fans inside every swing at the It's how Siemens helps automakers build smart cars. And it personalizes every trip. Booking.com. How will AI revolutionize your business? AWS AI's how.
Give to me the life I love. Go by me. Give the joy in the blood. And the my way of life.
Here's Robbie then, men's T20 long jump final. Oh, that's good. See the middle lights in the sand. Gold, silver, and bronze. Really is a superb athlete. The world record holder, as mentioned in this classification, he's 29 years old now. With the extension that he gets, that's over 7 meters. Oh, plenty of room on the board as well. Plenty of water on the board as well. 7:08 goes into the lead in the men's long jump T20 final. And that's the distance then that everybody has to chase. Once again, over 7 meters. And the conditions here in Glasgow. Very, very impressive stuff. So let's go to done in his second round. He gets the
Made enough start for
first round. From Malaysia. It's got over 7 meters at his best. 3 years ago when out to 7:11. Better than what we probably wasn't it? Oh, that's an improvement. That's nice. 6 meters and 51. That actually puts him in the bronze medal position. So, a couple of athletes from Malaysia, gold and bronze at the moment.
3,000 metres completed, approaching a third of the way in this men's 10,000 metres final. And Andy Butchart there comfortably in second place, looking very relaxed. These athletes are extending themselves. They're actually repping now at 68 seconds. And we mentioned there are no pacemakers, but there might as well be because 68.63, 68 again, 68.04. So it's pretty metronomic at the moment, the way they're lapping. And it is the Sutu is still leading them out there. Butchart in second place, Gurveer Singh from India in third. Kai Robinson with the white cap, with Edwin Turgat, one of the 3 Kenyans just behind. How do you think Andy Butchart is looking there? We've got a nice close-up of his face there.
He's looking good. I like it. I was impressed with the way that the Scot ran in our national championships in Birmingham. He picked up the silver medal over the 5,000 metre distance, 13:27 clocking. And he's looking good there. Everyone's settled into their positions, haven't they? As you say, Chris, they're moving along quite nicely.
Need one of
Men's 10,000 metre final.
Now based in Manchester, actually training with Jake Whiteman. We're going to be seeing him a little later in the week in the final, the highlights, if not the highlights of the Commonwealth Games from a track and field perspective. So in front of us again, 16 laps to go.
We're into hammer final. Of Australia.
No.
69 metres this year. So she's skipping out the circle. I know she loves that one. Open with 65.58, and that's a huge improvement. A reminder, Roger's leading 74 metres and 38, which is to be expected from the Olympic champion. But field eventers and throwers in particular know when it's a good one immediately. And she's going to shoot up here, isn't she? With a big increase. It's over 3 metres further at least. 68.05 puts the Australian up into the silver medal position. Bromley then, here he goes. The event leader in the men's long jump T20 leads with 7 metres and 8 centimetres on. That's good. The speed he generates, which he keeps through the takeoff board into the actual jump. He's done wonderfully well. It's going to be an improvement. And he's still giving away a lot on the board. 7 metres and 17. So an improvement. He extends his lead in the long jump final.
talking of extending the photo, is really stretching the elastic band here. He's winding things up just subtly, lap by lap. We're getting quicker and quicker. I mentioned the 68 laps, 67.50, 67.77. 67, 77. One or two athletes starting to feel the heat there, but we still have a group of about 12 or 13, with Andy Butchart still looking comfortably in second place. Daniel Abenyu, who was we've had a faller there, one of the Ugandans, I think, but he's straight up onto his feet. He's done really well to get up so quickly there. Daniel Abenyu, I would say, who was in the silver medal position 4 years ago, was one of the Ugandans. A little bit of pushing an RG bar there. A few words there said between the two athletes. It was Ratsim from Tanzania.
Are you kidding me?
Did really well to get up. So 14 laps to go. Knocking off these laps really nicely. Butchart still there with a venue on his shoulder. Good bit of Sig now dropped down into fourth place, but keep an eye on Kai Robinson, looking very comfortable indeed in the central back.
Because that's when to beat your mother,
Welcome to the Money Supermarket Training Academy. Okay, buckle up for your crash course in saving car insurance. You could be good Britain or driving around with certainly. They get hit with a nasty car insurance quote. That's why it's our job to bring them our best deals and save today.
Download the app and start saving today with Money Supermarket.
AWS AI is moving business forward. It's how Audi takes vehicles from concept to customer. It delivers real-time match insights to Bundesliga fans. And how small businesses grow online with GoDaddy. How will AI revolutionize your business? AWS AI is how.
So Abenyu leading us on, 12 laps to go, so over halfway in this 10,000 metres, and the silver medalist from 4 years ago is leading the way. It's been pretty brutal for the last 10 laps. They started reasonably conservatively, but they've been winding it up. It was the Lesotho athletes who led them for much of the race, but now some of the big names starting to make their presence felt. Abenyu, Kibet, Cherop there, the Ugandan, the second Ugandan of three. Kipkurui, we haven't mentioned him again. A lot of communication there of Abenyu, just seeming to start pushing something to Quebec. Now Chart, let's go. Now Butchart saying, come on guys, what's happening?
I love that. Still giving himself as well, Andy Butchart.
Well, he's the elder statesman.
Well, that was a brilliant right now.
Let's get the thoughts of Ailish. Ailish watching this with us track down. What do you think of this, Ailish?
Probably.
Ailish, if it's asking you, what do you think of this about that Andy Butchart doesn't want it to slow down? They're going, come on everyone, come with me.
Yeah, I mean, that is very much Andy Butchart. He is a showman of Scottish athletics, so I'm not surprised to see him at the very front. Yeah, I mean, it is obviously a slow pace. It's not a surprise for the weather tonight. We've had a little bit of a drama, someone falling over. I mean, Kurgat did incredibly well to maneuver his shoe back on somehow. I think he's been quite smart as well. I know the Ugandan who fell, I mean, he made such a big surge to try and catch up with that pack. Kurgat sat back a little bit and sort of trying to work his way through the field rather than have that big energy burst. But yeah, I think that the race is starting to move now.
Andy now back in the middle of the pack. Is this where you'd like to see him be? Just not too far off the front in case that move was to happen.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's still there, so there's still plenty of time to go in this 10K. I think every one of those guys is in a great position right now. There's no need to try to do any heroics at this stage.
Well, expect Andy Butchart to stay in it, and no Butchie, no party. That's his saying. So he's bringing the party at the moment, guys.
Very good indeed. No butchie, no party. I like it. But he's the elder statesman at 34. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. So very much performing the shop steward role at this cap, urging them on, saying, let's not let this drop. Malarkey from the Isle of Man is making his presence felt for the first time in the race. He's in the front. Our friend Mafolo from Lesotho is also back in the running. Cherok as well from Uganda. And Benio has just dropped back a little further. Kai Robinson just keeping an eye on him. He put Chart a little bit further back. Scott Beattie still very much in the frame there.
Yeah, you mentioned David Malarkey from the Isle of Man. Good form, he's run 27.26.5 this season. Ireland's best ever finish in any event, men or women, is 6. That's by the husband and wife race walkers, Stephen and Cal Partington, back in 1998. You mentioned his name, which means he's in the mix, Chris, in this men's 10,000 metre final.
Approaching 6.5
I was not
kilometres of the 10K. It is Malarkey in Isle of Man weather, with all due respect. Benio in second place, Ratsim, the Tanzanian there in the green, who was involved in that fall of the Ugandan. 2 Ugandans in 4th and 5th, and a reminder that Uganda has dominated this event over the last 5 editions. Kiplimo is the defending champion, not here in a games record.
And Kai Robinson in the hat. Always a good little note for a commentator when someone's got a hat on. He stands out. We like him. He swings into the lead. Robinson of Australia. On to watch, remember, Ailish McColgan said in the lead up to this men's 10,000 metres. Sub 27 minutes this season.
Well, he mentioned Ron Clark a little earlier in commentary, and the last person to hold the area record at 5,000 and 10,000 simultaneously was Ron Clark. It's now Kai Robinson.
When the pressure's on, get the edge with faster speeds. This is 5G Plus on EE, the UK's best network.
I just don't know how much longer I can put up with it. I give and get nothing in return. Just want to know that it's going somewhere. Feel surprised occasionally, heaven forbid excited.
All valid feelings. How does hearing that make you feel?
You're just going to sit there. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Barely any interest.
Quilter for pensions, investments, and advice.
Even
So Kai Robinson on his run. There's a little pushing and shoving there, and again somebody nearly lost their balance, and it's punching again. Edish is right, it's not super quick. That's because of the conditions, but the footing cap and keeping your balance and making sure that you're not tripped is very difficult.
Yeah, Ailish will tell you better than anybody. Look, it's all busy. It's busy. It's going to cause a few problems. When it is that tight, when it is that close, you're going to get the clipping of the heels, the clipping of the inside line. As they come up with 6 laps to go, the pace, just like last night in the women's 10,000 metre final, is going to start to crank up and increase.
Well, you can imagine in traffic terms on a motorway, in these conditions, you'd see congestion ahead. There's plenty of congestion down on the track in front of us, munching as well, all looking to jockey for the position. 6 laps to go in this 10,000 metre final. Kai Robinson is the target to be shot at. Zenio, the silver medalist from 4 to go in second place, beautifully placed. But Larky, perhaps exceeding what we were expecting from him, but as Kat mentioned, he's had a fine season. Ratsim from Tanzania in 3rd place. Quebec is also there. Peru a little bit further back, just keeping an eye on Scott Beattie and Andy Butchart. Well, Andy Butchart there, second from right of picture, to work ever harder to keep pace with this leading group.
Oh, the pace is getting quicker. Started with that 73-second first lap. And it is coming down consistently now. About 65, 66 seconds. The athletes are looking over their shoulders.
So it's yo-yo. You take a turn, I'll take a turn. They're spreading the load here. Andy Woodchild just losing ground on that leading group. He's going to have to work really hard. But don't forget, he's been coming from back from that surgery. He has been in good form. Great to see him back racing on Scottish soil here. But at the front, it's East Africa. And again, a venue. He's a very animated runner, isn't he? Constantly looking around. He has to have a bit of chat over his shoulder again. Ratzi Robinson just keeping his eyes on the prize. No communication from Robinson.
No, not at all. Well, he's doing it well, isn't he? He's holding the inside line, he's leading the way. Look behind him. They are queuing up the pack on the shoulder. Ease slightly as this men's 10,000 metre final has gone on. Who's going to make the move? Jostling for position.
They come in front of us into the commentary position, and 4 laps to go. 1,600 metres now then. We've got a group of 9 or 10. Nicholas again, doing still well. You the silver medalist from Kenya. Andy is still looking good there for his own. He's going to go wide. We're starting to make this who went first? Will there be a dust up on the final 800 metres? Will they leave it even later? To finish your finger there, and factor that there before we say there. And then the work of the race before the third gap as well. Let's push up at the back of the third gap. He has a lot of ground to make up, and maybe he's
Avenio, event, Larky, passing the finish line with 3 laps to go in this thing's 1,000 metres. Athletes being left there absolutely soaked.
Yeah, here's a new record for Scott Beattie, who is also open a surge from Scott Beattie. Very much back into contention. So Australia won. It's been 2 of the few from Kenya and now his company. Yes. Comes up alongside into the last 2.5 laps of this 10,000 metres. Zing is still in there as well. There is the sector of country. Robinson looks so cold, doesn't he? This is those barely breathing. He's working very hard. He's working down at sea level here. Very different conditions to Boulder, Colorado, where he's based.
Why, he looks controlled though, doesn't he, Robinson? Look at him glancing to the right as he enters the home straight. Rolling them constantly last year over 3,000 metres. He's still looking over his right shoulder, the Australian.
That's really good to go. Hi, Robinson, making it through. Welcome to those listening on 360 who joined us at the moment because we're up to the final 2 laps here. The final 800 metres of the men's 10,000 metres final. It is Sky Robinson, the informed athlete, who's having a brilliant season, leading the way with the right smash. With Kurgat, it's second place from Kenya. Then we have Scott Beattie in there as well for England, flying the flag. The venue from Kenya, who was silver medalist 4 years ago. This group of 6 are just starting to move away with less than 600 to go.
We're seeing the Indian athletes in the mix as well, isn't he, on the left-hand side?
The England men's team.
Swinging around, come towards the bell, the final lap of the men's 10,000 metres.
Sky Robinson has a final look around as they make the move out of the barrel from here. 246 away, only 3 medals on offer. Sky Robinson leading them through. Kurgat, second place from Kenya. Singh. The Indian, the Larky from the Isle of Man. Scott Beattie still in there as well.
Rugby team. The badminton team.
He rubs his arm. Yes, it's cold. But I tell you what, they're nice and warm down in Australia. That was quite a performance. The consummate performance from Clive Robinson. He is the Commonwealth Games champion, and he breaks the domination from you, which has stretched back all those years. And Australia has a Commonwealth Games champion over 10,000 people. He grabs the flag and waved it high. It was wonderful. He controlled it. He was put under pressure. It was superb. Look at this. Behind Kai Robinson, picking up a silver medal.
Oh, hello. Yeah, the Wii screens are hard, but no one's open. But yeah, thank you. Running. Not there, Queen's Castle. So I just talked to random people, open there, accept me, not kick me. I love this because I would be noticed. I don't think it's a wall of mess.
By the way, David Malati, goodness me, they will be going
Could jump out Ireland. Should have read it faster. But down. Maybe. Oh, level 83. He could carry him.
Glasgow with a Commonwealth medal and a super bronze.
Well, take the written line.
I keep saying the Wii stream, but
It's really impressive. Everybody's included, and nobody's left to stay in, and he got just as big a cheer as Kai Robinson did a few moments ago. Really good race.
Let's hope he starts soon.
10,000 meters.
Well raced the North final 600 meters as well. Kai Robinson there for Australia. He came in obviously the fastest time on paper, showing that he can do the good when it matters on a global stage. And it's crazy that the Australia, India, and the Isle of Man getting medals in the 10,000 meters. Where does that come from? I'm not sure. Have to go back to the stats for that one. Hindi Clark, Around and watching the rest. India exceptionally in her own right. Of course, she was made as a finalist in the Olympics as well. Back in the day, stressful watching your partner.
Yeah, it's definitely more stressful watching because you don't have any control over the result when you're on the track. It's all control. Yeah, it's not an experience watching.
Obviously, you don't know about Andy this time, but he won the party like he always does. You know, he's coming back from injury. What were his expectations tonight?
Yeah, he had major Achilles surgery in the last couple of years, so it's a massive goal to make him out once he already games during Glasgow. And that, like you missed, obviously 2014, he wasn't really running. So, yeah, it's just amazing to be able to compete here. He's kind of two more on the road towards like as part of his career. So, but yeah, it's just a massive goal to be here and enjoy this crowd. And the weather hasn't darkened for us.
Well, two guys later as well. I didn't get to see you, but they're not going to see that. So, they can be winners in Australia.
So the older one, he's actually looks athletic, so it's hard. We're trying to make do other sports as well, but yeah, they're just good to run.
Hey, you should learn on Craig Robinson and how good he was. We were talking about the Australian season happening pretty early. So obviously peak and his season, especially for the Commonwealth as well.
You know what I mean? It's not easy. As you said, it's almost like a double peak. You know, they have to be ready
Wait,
for the
double
championship
peak?
to qualify for this event, and that is completely different to what we have in the UK. So, I mean, it's obviously our sport, 10,000 meter champions from Australia. I think the couple of these for both nights, which done. I mean, they were absolutely quiet for what last events, women and men. So, yeah, amazing to see three destinations. As you said, we're going to happen. Ireland, India, or Australia, 1, 2, 3 in the championship. So, incredible.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of matching what his country was about to do yesterday as well, and taking home the Commonwealth title. Well, this we can hear from the party now. He could continue that way.
As you mentioned, I mean, where do you start with that? Do you start with the weather? I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. How on earth do you guys do that out here?
So beforehand, I said I hope it rained, and yeah, it maybe a bit too much. You know what? It's fun. I mean, like, yeah, like you prepare in Scotland beforehand. We're used to the rain. It was meant to help me, but tonight wasn't my night. So.
Let's look at the race. The first 5,000 was pretty quick. Well, you were trying to get the pace going, weren't you? It kind of fell off the pace a wee bit. What happened?
I guess that's the game one, we just get triple. So like, we weren't actually coming back in front. I just wanted to stay in inside of line one, and I did that. And then it was a bit splitting the actual move game. I just had nothing. I don't know. Just a bit flat. But here it was fun for the home crowd, and yeah, I hope we're a bit of a show starting.
Yeah, what was that like? Look at the party, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the slogan. No pushing the party. So yeah, I had a few shouts in the crowd, and I hear like to run the championship from Glasgow with the dream of mine, and yeah, to do it tonight was fun, and I did it again on Saturday.
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
I mean, I missed the last 2014, and all the hype and all the Scottish athletes were like, oh, it was the best time ever, and yeah, like, tonight definitely showed that. It was really fun. The crowd were amazing, and the track's fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you got to run in front of your family as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Cheers.
I think I just thought we can't get this better.
Yeah, right there. Brilliant from Andy. We can see his little point watching as well with how hard to look if you run it in the future. I think I see it down on TV. So on TV. There's a massive grid. A few moments ago, we just wanted to know if you wanted rain, maybe not that much rain. You mentioned about when it's seeing in massive. So we're seeing on the road next. Have you got a race pencil?
We'll see. We're going to have a chat after and see what it was to go somewhere that's like really towards the marathon. I'm going to go with that, and obviously that's my English in London. So I see the London Marathon. If I get the crowd a little bit more, we'll see.
I mean, your kids have got the perfect coaches. I mean, who should they pick? Which one should they coach them? Dad? Mum? Then look what you are tonight.
They're going to have a whole one pressure going on to pick an event. They're definitely going to genetics, so there's absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah, what would they pick?
Not a tennis, that's for sure. I get them into tennis. It's way more than in tennis.
They're not talking about money, okay? Just a word on what you're seeing tonight as well. Obviously, we've had absolute downpours for the semi-finals of the 100 men's and women's. I guess you still keep a keen eye on everything. Obviously, you saw Amy Hunt go there, Jeremiah Azu. What have you made of some of the performances?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the conditions, so that's I think really helped her. But everyone's had such good experiences being in front of crowds over the years, and whether it was 2012 or over there or that's 2014, I think everyone has seen that. I want to be part of this. So yeah, it's just an amazing opportunity right now.
Yeah, the fans have been great, especially with the across the line here as well. And innovation for all the athletes tonight. It's great to see. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for Andy as well and the kids. Make sure they get out and say have a great night. Okay, well guys, we're going to hand back to our commentary team for the time being as we continue to build up to the big finals tonight. I think that's the men's 100 and the women's 100 meter finals. But for now, let's go back to Lance and Kat. What have you got for us, guys?
Thank you very much indeed, Rachel. What a treat, eh? Lindsay has it at Scotstoun. This amateur final is continuing. We've been battling the elements. Martin Gillingham back in commentary with me. Robert's now entering the circle. Her best in now to 68.05. Everybody chasing Catherine Rogers of Canada, the world leader, 74 metres and 38. Charlotte Payne of England, running the second now to 67 metres and 28. Which is really Canadian at the moment. Specifically quiet as it was a few moments ago. She was delighted with that second round. So that's a nice mark. Showing you the distance of her best so far to give us an idea. A little double jump by Robert.
No doubt that this is the one. The very fact you've got Cameron Rodgers out there in front and actually from by some margin, 74 metres, yet she's capable of throwing 81, but she's within 10% of her best. And these conditions are really close.
It was a great turnout in this event. Cameron Rodgers was second best thrower of all time. 81-13. That went down a little bit after the podium for a record of 82-98 10 years ago. What happened tonight in Glasgow? She's going force out. The best for remaining down to the second. Let's go. Let's go. So then you come back
Single-use plastic free.
This is my kind of change.
Powered by natural ingredients, served with a side of style. To win, one must be a touch.
Is that the impression we can go up with it? You give, you get nothing in return. You just want to know that it's going somewhere. Feel surprised occasionally, a bit excited.
All valid feelings. How does hearing that make you feel?
just gonna sit there. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Barely any interest.
Quilter for pensions, investments, and advice.
Okay, the moment the men's 100 metres final here at the game. It doesn't look like they were the big enough for the perfect timing for the two finals. The men go first, and the women in the 100 metres go a little bit later at 21:40. Steph, the semi-final was so fast. 10:05, first time to get into the final. I have to say, the semi-final seriously reset my expectations for this final. I mean, I started by saying, I thought I was going to go just a bit slow, and then it came out and they did that, and really impressed me. It was one of the athletes, men and women, walk out, just the absolute best of professionalism. You couldn't even know there was training, it was just business as usual. And you know, I don't know if it's a fast track, I don't know if it's a crazy wind, maybe it's the rain, maybe it's making them feel a bit like Rocky, but there are some serious times I think about to be laid down. Another thing that we do know is that there'll be no defending champion. Ferdinand Amadiano, of course, got knocked out. He was sixth in that second semi-final. So we'll have a new champion for this year. But I think what's really exciting is that we're going to be looking at one of the best year global cycles in the year. I think maybe if we know American basketball here, things will be a little bit soft, and the carnival athletes have come out and absolutely shut that argument down. Quick one, Jeremiah Ozu, his chances. He really impressed me in that speech. I was looking at it and thinking, oh man, that's not the heat I wanted to in, that's going to be a rough go. And then he looked down, guarantees his spot. He's going to come out feeling like, you know what, there's no limit from me. He'll be comfortable as season's best in that semi-finals, 10 flat as well for him. He'll be competing for maybe tip under that 10-second mark. I think it's a real sign, a real measure of character of an athlete when you can come to a meet like this and you can give your best in a moment that it matters most. For Azu, we know he's a starter, he's a world champion, and for him, it's really gonna help. I don't want to depend on it, but it's really gonna help if you get a second start. Ajayi as well, we know how fast he can go, obviously the fastest in that maybe he helps everybody there to get to a season's best time. He ran 9:94 in that first round. That's the top of the guy is that he is the 60-meter champion in the NCAA indoors and the 100-meter champion in the outdoors. Illinois, he's got both the start, the acceleration, and the helmet speed. I mean, he's looking good. He is going to be hard to overall. Yeah, and in terms of a couple of other names to look out for, Eddie and Cynthia, Australia, we mentioned him before. The fact that he's gone 5 times this year, 110 seconds. So they're all keeping out because they're really strong. He's yet to get under that mark. Will he do it on his track in his final? Well, we were right beside him when he came off, and he was so tough. I mean, you would have thought that he won the title coming off. And so it'll be interesting. It's a quick turnaround because it's only the finals. And one of the things that's really important is that you're able to almost contain and reset. You can't win anything in the and so it'll be interesting to see what's happening behind the scenes. I actually got the chance to walk through where the heats are, and I've never seen this before, but as the athletes walk into the final ballroom, the volunteers, the officials, they're lining up and they're blasting you in. And then they were doing that, and I walked by, and I felt great. And what a great send off for the athletes. Yeah, exactly. In terms of a few other names, so Gift Leonela, he calls himself the gift of speed in terms of Instagram handle. Expect him to feature. Do you know what? I want a little bit of confidence like that. I don't think it's arrogant to look at your talent, look at your skills, look at your time, and come to a conclusion. I'm good at this, and I can do that. Let's do that before. I mean, I think that he will be most popular, will be Ajayi. We saw him in a London Diamond League just a week ago. He was the athlete who stared down obliques to feel, and he kind of looked in across the finish line there and defeated the world champion. So I'm in the room now in terms of these 100 meters. It's a different attitude and it's a different level when you go in and you're no longer almost being a fan of the people that you're competing against, but you decided, you know what, I belong here and I'm going to
Thank you very much, Rachel. Entering at the Barcelona. Enters the arena for the final of the men's 100 metres. Edward and Petia of Australia. Across the web qualified for this final. Also raised up to Lachlan Kennedy. Absolutely superb. 9.94 seconds. The first was best to qualify for this final. A fine little sprint out because it towards the start line. Enisola Ajayi, the third fastest man in the world this year. The Nigerian got 9.94 seconds in his semi-final. The second fastest qualifying was starting late number 4. Emmanuel 9.89 seconds, the fastest qualifier. The athlete of the Cameroon. He's fitting the record books. Started in number 5. Welcome to our 360 viewers. You've just arrived to see the Commonwealth gold medal in the men's 100 metres decided. Way up there in South Africa. Number 6. Jeremiah Azu of Wales. So proud to represent Wales in the Commonwealth Games here. He'll start in lane number 7. He's best of 10 seconds seconds for this final. Chesley Johnson of South Africa, the slowest qualifier for this final. It's 10.05 seconds. The semi-finals were electric. The last 3 titles have gone to Kenya, South Africa, and Jamaica. Nigeria never won a gold medal. Enisola Ajayi of Nigeria goes in 4th. 8 athletes, 6 nations, 1 Commonwealth gold medal. The rain comes down. One more the men's 100 metres. In 4. Estimate 5. Nigeria. Cameroon. Australia, South Africa. It's a clean start, it's a pretty even start, isn't it? Jeremiah Azuga well in lane number 7, the top of the Nigerian Ajayi in lane number 4. Putting pressure on him. Well, it looks like potentially Emmanuel Esame of Cameroon out of lane number 5. 9.84 seconds. It's adjusted to 9.83, but who's got the gold? Who's got the games record? Emmanuel Esame of Cameroon, 9.83 seconds.
Yeah, you called it right. Esame, I reckon he was probably 6 men away after 10 metres, but he was eating up the ground in the last 40 or 50. And that is a genuinely world-class record he's broken. On the cold, wet night in Glasgow, 9.83. The figures of Anthony Bolden set it. Winning this title 28 years ago at Kuala Lumpur has been erased from the record books. A special night, a truly world-class performance. A great run from Lachlan Kennedy of Australia comes through the second. And Ajayi, who really came in perhaps as the favourite and ran so well in one for this final, he has been reduced to bronze. But Esame is the Commonwealth champion. It's a gold for Cameroon and the Games record.
Superb. I've said that word a lot because it is 9.83 seconds, a plus 1.3 metre wind. A national record, a games record. Lachlan Kennedy of Australia, 9.85, an area record. He's walking in front of the commentary box by our Australian commentators to our left. And Kane Zola Ajayi of Nigeria, 9.90. The Oxford of South Africa, 9.91. Jeremiah Azu, 10.03 seconds for fifth place in this Commonwealth final. So that's world class.
Yes, it's one of those events at the Commonwealth in global terms has always done well. And we have a new star here coming from Cameroon, which has produced many good athletes, but frankly, it's never been really seen as a hotbed of sprinting, even in Africa. The likes of Nigeria, and this one, look at Esme. He's got so much ground to make up, but he was simply eating them up, and he was spitting his rivals out. It's not really, I would say, until what, 5 meters short of the finish he hits them. When he does so, he really is going away.
And the photo finish. Seventh in Birmingham over this distance 4 years ago. Just missed a medal in the 200 metres as well. But look at that. Now we go around the world. The men's Commonwealth 100 metre final in the rain in Glasgow, in Scotland. 2 guys with under 9.1 seconds.
Just worry what's the lucky that he could probably afford 2 meters. Now, if you're looking at sprinting, taking that 2 meters, takes an awful lot of room. That just suggests how fast that now is moving. Really, what is the fastest phase of the race? It's between about 40 and 60, maybe 70. Jai, well, he must have thought the time was hit because his great rival was Esme, and Esme, who was alongside him, behind him by some margin. But then the Cameroon, he was flying.
There's the full result of the men's 100 metre final. Unbelievable. Cameroon, Australia, and Nigeria. Number 3 in this race.
Under the 10-second barrier, in the lane, the whole line is stopped, and not the left way off the middle. It's a bit, I'm not trying to tell you, because you get men at 32, you're not so sprinting until they're coming on in a place like that. I mean, this is what the fans making the story. I think I think there's suggestions, and maybe you think you can only like that when it comes to studying the country, or maybe you think you have to start sprinting at 14, but it just makes you don't. And I mean, that blows my mind that you started at 24. Yeah, in terms of what he's achieved now, the games record, he now goes third in time in terms of times this year. He's just took out a guy who currently had that position, but he now will make the rest of the world watch for the rest of the season at that time. And
I mean, people have been lining up to come to this Glasgow track. It's clearly a passion fit. I mean, honestly, before the race, if you said they've done these sort of times in these conditions, it's impressive. Seriously impressive.
yeah, absolutely. In terms of what he did 4 years ago, 7th in this event, he ran 10.08 in round 1. That just shows how much he's improved in 4 years.
Yeah, new progression. No, that's it. Just building on that, and then coming out here to that performance. And kind of, if you look at this weather, you think, you know, which person are not going to be used to this weather? Australia, the weather was probably said, and what I like for them as well. So it just shows conditions doesn't matter.
Yeah, Lachlan Kennedy getting second as well for Australia. 9.85 for him. And then Akai, who we think, I think we thought maybe he would be the one to look there. He's the athlete who beat Obliques in the London Diamond League instead to the downhill that when he kind of crossed the line. The fact that he could only finish in 3rd place tonight just shows the depth we have.
I love it. Everything. Oh, the entire fighting for the
it's true. I think you're not like from championships. And to be fair, he had the experience. You know, NCAA, of course, for athletes who do that. NCAA is pretty all-consuming. He might be tired. Who knows? Whatever stuff's done, but I think that is really important. You cannot assume all of that will happen every day. You can go to the higher level. I can't get myself. It's really all three members of the contributions just to get their lap of honour there. Emmanuel Ezenay from Cameroon that gets the record in 9:83. On a second place in Glasgow in terms of the weather, I might add. But what a evening we've been speaking to so far. Jeremiah Azoum in fifth at the end for Wales. Maybe he would have wanted a little bit more. Let's hear his thoughts right now. Jeremiah, first overall, how do you feel about that race?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm really getting able to sleep, so it's a hard one to take. Medal free before it was the season's best. You guys are training crazy fast, but now congrats to the winners. But yeah, I felt like I got a good race together. I need to go back and watch it, obviously.
Did you expect it to be so fast in the race?
Maybe not that fast. I didn't think it'd be running 9.9 low. I do believe what people are going to put it together today. Yeah, it was a fantastic race, to be honest. Yeah.
How are you feeling after the semi-final?
I was really confident. Pricing was best. Yeah, I don't know.
Sport at the end of the day, isn't it? It's tough sometimes. But then how would you sum up your experience here in Glasgow?
Oh, it's been great. No good place. So the fact that was an honor. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it. Well done. Well, I think the Wales in the team tonight was that man against record. Emmanuel from Cameroon coming through to top to the medal. What a time. 9.83. 4 under 10 seconds. 100 meters women's final is next. The features are very own.
Silverstone, built for racing, ready for racing.
Trade with one simple. I find out simple.
Well, I think to myself,
Wheels to the scenes. Ready to me. It simply does it.
Right, we'll get cheaper energy. Not out. What big energy is available at lots of different times, like during the day or weekends. Just check your energy company's website. You can visit with your meetings. Just get a flat with that and choose a flexible scheme on how. With a smart meter, getting cheaper energy is easier than you. An electric drive permits being aligned. Refuse more. Believe you deserve more. No compromises, just all respect.
Listen.
All electric motor E0 buffer. Choose the we serve the amazing LS project all to the beautiful hills of Colombia. So that it's on a form of Rio de Janeiro. This ancient breed of black pigs, slower breeding and more players exclusively with M&S by the midday. These pigs are enjoying
so it's a nice environment.
Yes, we are just following the ancient family tradition. Swing the Calabria, that's the name. They move around that beautiful hills. They eat various seasonal vegetables, quite especially it is the olives that makes the difference. My father is on breakfast.
It's delicious. The seasonal vegetables, one of my favourite kind of food is mix them, and then you've got the richness and
It's sweet, but also intense. It's spicy.